Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. This is CMG TALK. This is Catherine Gallagher. Welcome, and thanks for joining me today. I thought it would come on a bit earlier than Sunday. I know sometimes I've come on during the week, just depending on what has come up. Now, as a global mental health trainer, I talk to all different types of countries and cultures, and it's always a privilege to be able to do that, whether it's online or in person. And one of the topics I've been asked to talk about, apart from stress and anxiety, low moods and depression, I talk about relationship work, I talk about connecting, I talk about workplace, negotiations, workplace, ways of interacting, communicating and being able to work productively, more effectively. Of late, I've been asked to talk about suicide and suicide intervention, being the agent of change, being that person that can step in and be the person who is the deterrent. And what we mean by that is taking action. If you know of someone, whether it's a colleague, a friend, a family member, whether it's yourself, being able to step in, step up, which is why my company is called Step Up, being able to step up and step into taking action. Now, one of the most important things we can do is ask someone, how are you feeling? Tell me how you feel. And the other thing we can ask is, what can I do? Now, sometimes people don't know what they want you to do. Now, when someone discloses serious risk to themselves, they disclose that they have a plan. They disclose that they have thoughts where they are seriously thinking about, or they have an intention. They have the cause, the means, and they have a plan in place. We never say we will keep things confidential. It's really important to build trust and be able to say, I care about you and I will take action. I will be that person that intervenes. If you do not feel you can make that call yourself, whether it's to a doctor, to emergency services, I will be that person that does that. I will stay with you while we do it. I will not leave you on your own. It's important, whether it's in a workplace, whether it's in a personal life or online, to challenge if someone says something that you feel that they are saying something that's loaded, but you're not sure if they are saying it with intention. Intention lethality is really important. Sometimes people in my practice will say things and I have to challenge that. And I do it sensitively, caringly, lovingly. And I will say, I heard you say I have this person in my life and they really anger me. I could kill them. And I'll say to them, I hear you say that you are saying that you could kill this person. I need to stop and ask you, are you telling me you have a plan and an intention in place to actually kill this person? I need a yes or no right now. Now, 99.9% of the time, somebody will go, no, I would never do that. Now, my question is always, what would stop you? Now, sometimes it's their core values, right? Sometimes they say, it's just a term. It's just the way I'm speaking. I would never actually hurt someone. It's not me. I just feel frustrated. But pointing out and challenging someone's terms and saying, when you say that, people need to take that seriously. Because what if you did harm that person and I didn't take action? Apart from being in a clinical place, I would be failing in my duty of care and responsibilities. But even as a human being, I would not be doing the right thing if I didn't act on it. So I always say to people that if you tell me you have a serious thought, plan or intention to harm or kill yourself or another person, or where you feel that you have a plan intention to harm an organisation in whatever form that is, then I will take action. I will not keep that confidential. I always say that in a way that is upfront. And I say it in a supportive, caring way. And if somebody tells me they're looking for me to take action, that's the reality. I don't hold these things confidential. And nor should we within our practice. If someone discloses that they have suicidal thoughts, if someone is intending to have a death by suicide, we never say commit suicide anymore, because it's not a crime. It's because someone, if they are feeling suicidal, they have a black and white way of looking at things. They don't see an alternative. When we are the agent of change, we are the deterrent, we are providing and helping them see alternatives. That's the purpose. When we talk about protective factors, when someone says, I have thoughts of harming myself, and I say, well, what would stop you? They might say, my children or my grandchildren. They might say, my pet. Who would take care of my pet? Or they might say, because it's against my faith and belief. They might say, because as much as I feel this bad, I know it will pass. This will pass. They might say, well, I think about it. I thought about it. I might have a plan about it, but something stops me and I don't know what it is. Something stops me. Protective factors are there. And knowing what it is and saying out loud and having that person remind themselves of what that is about their why and their purpose for being here in life. Life matters. Their life matters. Now, who do you call to get support for you and support for them? It might be a doctor, it might be an ambulance, it might be, you might call in work, a mental health specialist, or it might be the HR or the occupational health. It's knowing who you get support from. If it's family, there is befrienders.org and they're available. There is 24-hour support services with Samaritans. There are breathing space. There are organisations within your work that usually a workplace will have, where it's a support services provider, an EAP provider, employee support provider. And usually they have a 24/7 support. If it's home life or if it's work life, knowing what is available is key and is really important to put in place. Suicide is often seen as a taboo subject, but we know that 264 million people have had a death by suicide globally. 1 in 13 people have depression. Depression and suicide is linked. Depression and anxiety is linked. Knowing that emotions and feelings pass, knowing that no matter how bad this feels right now, this will pass. Understanding that talking about our feelings, putting it out there, isn't causing the risk of suicide. It actually helps prevent it, and it's a deterrent. Talking about it, asking how people feel. So, understanding, knowing and being well informed is absolutely crucial and key. People ask me, what if I say the wrong thing? What if I say and ask them if they're feeling suicidal, will that make it worse? No, talking about it makes it better. If you're not sure about what to do or what to say, what not to say, then be informed. Go on to an organisation like Samaritans, like Befrienders, or Suicide Prevention, and find out the right things to say. Be well informed. Thanks for listening. I could talk about many mental health subjects. I could talk about them for a very long time. But I like to keep my podcast short so that it's not too intense, but also so that you're able to get a taste of what we're talking about and you can have further insights. Remember, I do trainings, webinars, and I do presentations and talks. If you ever want me to come along, if you want to go online or come in person, contact me on my website at www.stepupcmg.com, or indeed you can contact me directly through my email address, which is stepupcmg@xln.co.uk. stepupcmg@xln.co.uk. I'm Catherine Gallagher. This is about mental health, and today we were talking about suicide to open up the talk. Thanks for listening. Have a good day. And remember, if you're struggling and you're in need and you feel that you are feeling suicidal, get the help now because you matter and your life matters. Bye for now.